Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. Today is the final video for the Dipnotic Nails 25 Days of Holidays Advent Calendar 2023. In this video, we are going to review everything that we have unboxed during these 25 days, all in their complete and entirety in case you missed any. So let's get to it. So this is a magnetic box, quite fancy. Opens like that. This is the back, very beautiful. It is certainly a collector's box to keep. This is what you see when you open it. We got a little letter here. Pause to read if you would like. And then we have our 25 days. And they're just little drawers. So in this video, we're gonna pull out drawer number 1 for day number 1, and we're gonna have a little swatchy swatch and share my opinion. If you watched my Zombie Claw mini-series, this is gonna be very much like that. We're gonna have one miniature video for every day. They're gonna be shorts on YouTube, it'll be on Instagram and TikTok and Threads, and then aside from this bigger video with the introduction, at the very end on the 25th day, that video will be a full-length video of everything we've covered in between plus the outro. So let's have a look at number 1. Okay, so day number 1, let's pull it out, and here is our little package. Looks like the color we have is called Pop Princess, and it is a thermal. All of these are going to be these containers. These are all different dip powders. Dipnotic is obviously a dip powder company. Of course, they will be linked below. We're going to put this back for safekeeping. Before we hop into that though, I wanted to show you this. They gave us a little thank you gift. It's an additional powder, and I don't know what's in here. I haven't looked at it yet, so let's open it. Amethyst crystals. Oh, they're little purple rhinestones. How pretty. And it looks like they're in assorted sizes, and they are super sparkly. I really like that. I am going to use these, obviously not in this video, but with something. As you guys know, I wear a respirator when I do dip nails because the dip liquids give me dip flu. So if I sound funny, that's because this is on my face. All right, hope you can hear me okay. So let's get this opened on up. Interesting. I bet this is the color it turns into. I've got a swatch stick ready here, and then we're gonna use this dip set of liquids because I don't have the matching ones. All right, so day number 1, Pop Princess. Alrighty, and we dip her in. Ooh, that was very soft feeling. Look at that. It's almost like, you see how it looks powdery? Not like little acrylic particles. That's interesting. We'll tap that off. That is looking pretty already. Now we're gonna have to let this sit for a minute to dry before we go in with the activator and the top coat. One moment. Okay, that's had a moment. Let's dust it off. That's really pretty. I think we should do a second dip. I normally only do 1, but I think 2 dips would actually serve this better. Let's put some more base. You want to try and get this as smooth as you can, really. And let's dip that one in there. This container is so full. You really do have to try and be careful, or you're gonna waste it. Oh yeah, that's looking good. A little dust. Look how pretty that purple is. I think purple must be the warm color because it's not getting darker. I'm gonna have to get me some cold to put this on, or maybe not. We'll figure it out. Let's activate. Make sure when you're using your activator, you use a generous portion. You do want it to go all the way through to harden all of the layers that you use. You can use more than 2. 2 layers is a great amount for just a coat of color, but if you're building extensions, you want to remember thickness, and you'll have to build up those layers. Let's let that dry. This takes a little bit longer. Okay, let's do a top coat. Make it nice and shiny. How pretty is that? We're gonna give that just a few minutes to dry, and then we'll try and get it to change colors. Uh-oh, actually, while it was sitting here, it started changing colors. I don't know if that's because of the top coat or because I took the diffusers off of these lights. I felt like it was a little bit dark. This did say thermal, not UV, and these are not UV lamps. Interesting. Oh, it's going back to dark purple. I bet it was a reaction due to that top coat. Okay, looks like it's dry because I can touch it. I'm gonna try and like wave it in the wind and see if that will change the color. No. Let's try holding it against my skin. Oh, it does. It's heat that makes it purple. I mean pink. It's heat that makes it pink. Ooh. So like if you're in the summertime and you go outside, this is probably gonna get hot. Interesting. I wonder if the patchiness is just because of the way it's in contact with my hand. Let's try and just do my whole thumb. I don't know. Maybe it's meant to be marbly with the color. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But it's still very pretty. Alright. So that's it for number 1. Day 2. Millennial. Oh. So this one's a pink. It doesn't say thermal though, so it should just stay its color. Let's swatch it. Alright, thin layer of base. Dip it in. Very pretty. Look at that though. It's a reflective. I really like that sparkle. This one, look how great it looks with just one dip. Like really, you do not need a second dip just for color of this one, but once I dust it off, we'll see better if it does need a second dip. All right, time to dust. Okay, so it still looks just as good. I don't think we're gonna need a second one, but I'm afraid if we don't do a second one, when we activate it, it might try and get clear. So I think we should, just to be on the safe side. Let's do our base. You can kind of see the patchiness. In we go. That is just stunning. All right, let's dust it off. Gorgeous activator. Still beautiful. All right, let's put on some top coat. Yes, looking good. I love how that shines. It's just so pretty. We're not gonna wait for this one to dry because it's gonna look exactly the same when it does dry, but that's what it looks like. It's so pretty, and I'm really glad that it is reflective. Those little sparkles really just give it that something extra. So let's have a look at day 3. Day 3, nostalgia. Ooh, look at that. This one's got something in it. Let's make our swatch. That is beautiful already. Look at that sparkle. Base. You can't really stir it up because it's just so full. That's pretty. We will do a second dip after this one dries. Okay, let's dust. Uh-oh, we're knocking some of our flakes loose. That's okay, because they were just on the outside. That's looking really beautiful. It kind of reminds me of like gold stuck in the walls in a gold mine. Let's do our second dip. And then we need to let this dry. Okay, let's dust this layer. All right, so it's cool because you can see the different dips, the sparkles that were on the first dip, and then the ones that are on the second one. Let's activate. All right, and I'll be right back when that is dry. Okay, we're ready for our top coat. Yes, that's got really great depth. I really like that. That is stunning. It's much better to look at when the light's not reflecting on it, but yes, I love that. It's so cute.
Big fan. Alright. Well, let's get on to the next one. Day 4. It's called Bling. Interesting. Is this a white? Let's dip it and see what it looks like. It sure looks white. Our brush is stained from that last one, and I don't have a brush saver in this kit, so I hope this doesn't transfer. Beautiful. So this one does have that sparkle like that pink one, but a little bit more sparse. This definitely looks like snow and the glistens that you see on that. Let's let that dry for a second and then we'll dust it off and do our second dip. Okay, let's dust. Uh-oh. We're getting some particles from that other one. Get that out of here. We don't want no little shards. Beautiful. It is a little bit pink. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about that. I don't want pink dip on my white powder. Excellent. Let's let that dry for a moment. I'm going to use this brush to dust this time in case the pink powder was in that brush. It seems to be better, but it's definitely a little bit different. Still very beautiful. Let's do the activator. Alright, be right back. Okay, let's do some top coat. That is gorgeous. It would probably be a lot easier for you to see if it were on a darker background. Unfortunately, I'm on these white paper towels, but look at that sparkle. That is super pretty. I will find myself using this a lot. I use a lot of white bases. Next one, number 5, Cyber. Ooh. So it's like a pink and a purple, and they appear to be hex glitters. Let's do it. Okay, let's see what we got. Tappity tap 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 tap. Gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. Get on there, you little glitter. Look how mirror-like those are. They really reflect. Let's give this a moment to dry, and then we'll do our second dip. All right, let's dust and knock these loose ones off. Looking good. Okay, in we go. Beautiful. All right, let's dust this one off. That looks really good. Let's activate. All right, and then we'll check back in just one moment once that is dry. All right, time for top coat. I just love the way it looks when you add top coat. It really brings out the magnification and the sparkle. Look how pretty it is now. That looks gorgeous. And it looks so smooth. I like it a lot. What do you think? Very beautiful. All right, let's check out the next one. Number 6, Tole Paradise. Oh, I was not expecting that. That is a beautiful glittery green. Let's check it out. These containers are really just bursting. Look what I've done. I've made a mess. Okay. Yas. Very sparkly. Definitely this one's going to need a second coat. It's a little bit unevenly distributed with glitter to acrylic, but I can't stir it because the pot is too full. And we are ready for our second dip. Beautiful. Let's dust. Oh yeah, we got a much better coverage this time. That looks great. Let's activate. Alright, and we'll wait for that to dry. Alright, it's time for top coat. Oh yeah, as I expected, top coat makes everything more beautiful. Absolutely stunning. That's gonna look so great for Christmas when you have to do something green, but also when St. Patrick's rolls around, this would be perfect. It's so sparkly. Next one. Number 7, Reef Reflections. It says it's a UV. I don't know what that means, but we're going to try and put it under a light after we get the swatch made and see if it makes a difference. So this is like a pearlescent light green. Let's check it out. That is so creamy. That is so beautiful. I wish it would show in the camera like it shows for me. For me, everything is just so much brighter. Beautiful. Okay, let's dust. Just stunning. Looks like we haven't dusted at all. That color is great. Let's do a second dip. Our dip powder or dip liquid has debris in it. I love that. That is just gorgeous. Let's let that dry. Dust, dust, dust. Let's activate it. Alright, and then we'll be back in a moment for top coat. Alright, time for top coat. It's so pretty. It's so light lime, almost pastel. I just don't feel like it's aggressive at all. It's so cool and casual. I really like this. This would make a really good color in like the spring, early summer. Very pretty. On to the next. Number 8, Tropical Treasure. Ooh. This one's got dots of different sizes, and they might be yellow, and maybe that's purple or blue. Let's check it out. Absolutely stuffed, as always. Let's try and get this in here. It's a little bit crunchy going in with all them glitters. Let's see if we can get it out. Yes, we are definitely gonna need a second dip and maybe a different technique, because I didn't get that many, but it's also kind of cool looking. Oh no, I'm making a terrible mess trying to stir this. I probably should have did the pour method. Let's dust this off. Interesting. We may need more than 2 dips, but we'll find out. Let's try some more. A little bit more generous of a layer. We might have to do a little bit of padding, but we did get some more this time. Let's let that dry a moment. It's a party all over my paper towel. Alright, let's dust. Looking pretty good. And activator. Remember to be generous with the activator. You want it to get deep in the layers. And we'll give that some time to dry as well. Okay, let's top coat. This one is pretty textured, so really you could do 2 layers of top coat if you wanted to help get it a little bit smoother. Otherwise you'll be able to feel this. I personally don't mind, but some people really have strong feelings about smooth nails. I like it. It's really cute. They're so shimmery. They're reflective. It kind of reminds me of a pool. Very cute. Let's check out the next one. Number 9. This one's called Atoll. I think this one's like that pink one that we had previously. Get down here. Very sparkly, reflective blue. Let's check it out. You guys have probably heard me before, but I love reflectives. Even though you can't get the really great effect unless it's directly in the flash, they're just so beautiful. Let's get some of that. That is stunning. I love it every bit as much as I love that pink one. That's exactly the vibe that I like. Let's dust. Beautiful. Will definitely benefit from a second coat. So pretty. So sparkly. Let's have another dust. It really looks so good like this. Like if we could wear it like this without having to put a top coat on, I think it just gives it something really special as far as the way the texture appears. However, I don't think it would be sturdy without the top coat, and a matte top coat would take away that sparkle. Let's let that activator dry. Alright, let's top coat. It is just so gorgeous. Beautiful as ever. Those sparkles are in there. It looks a little bit darker, but I still love it. And it's got this hint of green shift as well. I really just like that. Let's see what we have next. Number 10, Island Breeze. Okay, this one looks like a dark blue, and it's got the sparkle in it as well. It may be just like that other one, but a darker shade. Let's check it out. It's gorgeous, whatever it is. Okay, you know what? This one actually looks like that green one that was sparkles earlier. It's very similar to that, so it's not as fine milled, but it is beautiful. And then the sparkles are not reflective. They are blue as well, though in the camera they are really giving off a twinkle. Alright, let's dust. Yes, this one's going to look really good with a second dip. Oh, I've made a mess. Alright, let's look at that. I pinch these sides in a little bit sometimes. How pretty is that? It's so gorgeous. Some people put their swatches on the inside so that you can look through the plastic, but I don't feel like that gives you an accurate representation. Let's let that dry a moment. Alright, second dusting. Looking great. Let's activate. It's so funny how it looks when you put on activator because it just like soaks it up. Let's let that dry. Okay, top coat time. As always, it just really brings out that sparkle and that shine. That is beautiful. Very blue. Very sparkly. I love that. Let's check out the next one. 11. Wine and Dine. This is like a berry red. It's a little bit dusty. I don't know if that's from me or from the container. Let's check it out. That one's got a bit of an iridescence to it. Nope, I've got particles in my base coat again. Alright. That definitely has a shimmer in there. It is very much like those other ones that are reflective. Just a different color, and there it is. I was too close. Yes. How pretty. Let's do a little dust. Time for the second dip. Stunning. Let's let this dry. Okay. Let's dust that one. So pretty. Let's activate. Look at it, just soak it up. And be right back after that dries. Alright, we've got this dark berry red. Let's top coat it. Gorgeous. Stunning. Beautiful. Sparkly. Love it a lot. These little light lines I do not love. Let's look at what's next. Number 12. Berry. Bellini. This one is a very similar berry shade, but it's got gold glitter in it. I bet this is gonna really look like a champagne Bellini type drink. Let's get our first coat. Ooh, super pretty. Alright, let's do a little dust. A little scrubby dust. Some of that glitter is hanging on. There we go. And a second dip. Stunning. It's so sparkly. I like that shade of pink. And I like the gold in it. I think it's very complimentary. Let's let that dry. Let's dust again. Let's put some activator on there. And then we'll let that dry. Alright, time for top coat. Yeah, definitely beautiful. No surprise there though. That's a good one. I like that. It's very sparkly, very shimmery. Good for all year round, really. This one doesn't feel too forced into any particular season, but it's gorgeous. Let's look at the next one. 13. Blushing Beauty. It says it's a glow. Alright, this color makes sense. It's a blushing pink. I wonder what color it glows. Ooh, you can't see that, but I can. Alright, this is that same reflective sparkle that we have seen a few times already in this advent calendar, but this one's a light pink. It's in the nude family. I am a very big fan of this one. You can use this all the time. Let's dust. Second dip. It's actually so stunning. Probably one of my favorites so far. Let's let that dry. And second dusting. Looks really good. Let's activate. Alright, and then we'll be back in a moment when that dries. Time for top coat. That's beautiful. I know I keep saying the same thing, but it stays true. These are all so pretty, and I do like them. I haven't found one that I dislike yet. Let's check out the next one. 14. Golden Berry Sorbet. I don't know what I was expecting, but this wasn't it. It's very interesting. It's like brown and green and pink. It reminds me of the 70s. Let's get a swatch of this so we can have a look at it. Alright, yeah. We're definitely going to have to give her a second dip to try and fill in those gaps, but you know you'll be able to see them through the depths because of the clear acrylic. Okay, let's dust and second dip. I'm going to push in our sides a little bit because of all that glitter. And then we'll give that a moment to dry. Okay, let's dust that layer off a little bit and activate. Alright, I'll be back when that is dry. Alright, let's top coat and see what we have here. This is another one that you may want a couple of layers of top coat because they are so chunky that you're going to be able to feel them. There we go. That's pretty. It's more like a Bellini to me than a sorbet because the circles kind of remind me of bubbles, but it looks refreshing. Very cute. I don't really like that side. It's dusty. This side's very pretty. Let's see what's next. 15. Peach Passion. That color makes sense. It's peach, but it looks like it has some mylar flakes in it. That'll be interesting. Let's look at it. In you go. I'm liking that already. That's looking pretty. I like the way that you can see the flakes, but also there's some small little bits of reflect that's separate. It just gives a little bit of variety. I like that. We'll have a dust. We lost some of our flakes. They flew out of the dusting. We need to add some more. Make sure you get plenty of base coat. Alright, let's give this a moment to dry. Okay, let's dust. Interesting. You can still see the flakes, but not on top, just where they're like embedded. Let's add activator. It almost looks like mud now. How hilarious. Let's let that dry. Alright, let's look at our dry little mud. Give it some top coat. There we go. Revitalization. So it's interesting. This one took a turn from peach to more of a tan, but I still like it. The shimmers are subtle, but they're in there. You can see them. It's pretty cute. Let's check out the next one. 16. We've made it to the 4th week. Resolution. This one says it's a glow, and it's a white. I wonder if it's going to be similar to the other white. I can see there is some sparkle in here. We'll try not to pinken this one. Let's get us some base. So this one is way more sparkly than that other white. This one's a reflective like we have in a couple of other colors. But yeah, so this one is way more glittery, whereas that other one was mostly solid with a piece of glitter here and there. Let's let that dry. Okay, let's dust. Very beautiful. Second coat. It just really does remind me of diamonds. That's so pretty. It is quickly making its way to one of my favorites. Let's let that dry. Alright, let's dust. Looking great. And activate. And then we'll be back in a moment when that is dry. So, it looks like it's turned gray. Or silver, I suppose would be the right shade. Let's put some top coat. It's interesting how that happens, because it certainly is not white. Just very light silver. And I like it a lot. And of course, you know I like that sparkle. Very beautiful. What's next? 17. Midnight Sparkle. Somehow I thought it was going to be blue, but I'm more excited now that I know it's not. That looks very interesting. It is Midnight Sparkle if I ever saw one. I bet this is gonna stain. Let's get us a generous coating of our dip base, and that is gorgeous. Black is my favorite color, and sparkly black is my favorite kind of black. Let's let that dry. Let's dust. All right, second dip. Yes, beautiful. Pinch those sides in. Let's let that dry. All right, let's do a little dusty dust. Not too heavy, because these feel like they could take a little bit longer. Let's activate. Look at that, it just darkened up. It is so inky. Let's let that dry. Okay, let's top coat. Yes, look at that. That really just brings it to life. That's so pretty. It is a midnight sky with some sparkles. That would make a really good background for a galaxy or cosmos nail design. Really, really pretty. When you hold it like this and you can't see the light lines, that's pretty cool. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's see what's next. 18, Gala Glam. It sure is. This is like a champagne-y off-white with some sparkles. Who doesn't love a good Gala? My brush has a little bit of particles. I tried to wipe them out. Looking good. This is definitely that type of glitter that we've seen a few times in here already. We had one in green, one in blue, I think one in pink. Let's let this dry a moment. We'll do our second dip. Let's dust it. All right, we're ready for the second. All right, don't forget to keep your sides in. Let's let that dry a moment. Dust it, and let's activate. All right, and then we'll give that a minute to dry. Top coat time. How beautiful. I like that. This one is definitely diamond-like. Sparkly. This would look great at a gala. Let's see what's next. 19. Shampagne Dreams. That is a champagne-y color. It is quite pretty. It's like a light copper. Let's check it out. It appears this one is going to have that same texture of glitter. Beautiful. Definitely needs a second coat, but it is going to be stunning. I just know it. Based on all of the other ones just like this in different colors. Let's dust. Looking good. Second coat. Sparkly. Let's let that dry. Second dust and activator. Okay, let's give that a moment to dry. All right, let's top coat. Ooh, how pretty. It is quite gold. The camera is not as gold as the way it is for me in real life. In real life, it's more yellow, and in the camera, it's more of an antique-y gold. Look at that. That's super pretty. All right, let's check out the next one. 20. New year, new me. It's a thermal. I wonder if thermal dip powders and acrylics have a shelf life like thermal nail polishes. Oh, what have we here? It's black with gold flakes. This is going to be quite interesting. Okay, we definitely want a generous layer of base. And I think for something like this, it may be better to go in like that, but I want to try to go in like this. All right, we got some. This guy needs to lay down. All right, that's pretty cool. Let's let that dry a minute. I hope those flakes don't rip off when I dust it. All right, let's try and dust this without destroying it. I am dusting lightly. I think we did okay. Let's do our second generous layer of base. and then in. Definitely want to push these sides in and smoosh these down a little bit. We seem to have got us a good sized chunk right here, but that's okay. Let's let that dry a moment. You can see that there are some wet spots. I wonder if I just stick it in here a little bit, if it'll soak that up a little bit. Yes, I think that's better. All right, one moment. Okay, let's dust this layer gently. Looking good, looking good. Let's activate. This black is turning super black. All right, that's beautiful. Let's give this just a moment to dry. Let's top coat. That's pretty cool. I like it. And I like those little chunks of foil in there. It's like organic looking, but also unnatural. So it's pretty interesting. I like that. It's perfect for New Year's. Let's check out the next one. Wait, come back before you go. Look, this must be the color. It turns white. What an interesting. I had forgot it said thermal. I don't know why the top coat does that, but I'm not going to complain. How cool. So it's a black to white. That is not a combination you get often. So I am even happier. And it's not exactly white, it's clear. Because you can see the deeper layers of foil under there. And that makes me like that even more. I think this one might be my favorite so far. Okay, now let's go look at the next one. 21. Deep Sea. It says glow. Both of the glows we've had so far, I have not been able to make them glow. Darker, kind of royally blue. That makes sense. It's a reflective. Let's get our base. This one's got a wrinkle in it. Push your wrinkles in before they dry. It is that formula that we have become familiar with from this box. The reflective on a nice opaque coloring. I love these. It is one of my favorite formulas so far. Let's let that layer dry. Let's dust. Looking good. We're ready for the second layer of base. That one stained our brush a little bit. Yep, it is everything that we expected it to be. It is so pretty and sparkly. We'll let this one dry. Okay, second dusting. Looking good. Let's activate. Beautiful. Let's let that dry. Okay, let's do the top coat. There it is. There's that sparkle and shine. This is a dark blue. It wasn't this dark as a dry powder, but it always darkens up when you wet it. And I really like that. Let's check out the next one. Day 22. Saltwater. It's a aqua greeny type blue in that glitter formula that we've seen before. A little bit bigger of chunks. Remember, you want a generous layer for glitters like this so you can get some. Alright, in we go. That's a really pretty color. Let's let this dry and then we'll do our second dip. Okay, let's dust. Yep, looking good. Second dip. Let's get some base. We'll let that dry. Okay, let's dust this layer and activate. It's looking real good. Let's let that dry. Okay, let's add top coat. A generous layer of top coat to cover these textured glitter bits. Alright, what do you think? That is beautiful. It is a bluey greeny. It definitely reminds me of the ocean, and the glitters are like bubbles. I had a similar feeling with a different one we looked at earlier. How cute. We're almost done. Let's see what's next. 23. Urchin. Oh, I was hoping it would be a purple. Urchins are purple, right? I think so. It's that glittery. Let's look at it. I'm already obsessed. It's one of the reflectives. Alright, let's get our base layer going. In you go. Tappity tap tap tap. It's so pretty. They're all so pretty. I really love this disco formula. Let's let that layer dry and we'll do our second dip. Okay, let's dust. Yes, beautiful. Second coat. It's just so stunning. It's so shimmery. I love it. Let's let that dry. Alright, let's do a light dusting and activate. There's that royal purple coming out there. Very beautiful. Let's let that dry. Okay, it's dry. Let's add top coat. Bring that shine out. Yes, absolutely beautiful. Very gorgeous. Those sparkles. You know I like this. It is fantastic. Let's check out the second to last one. Day 24. Mythic. It appears to be green to silver shifty little glitters. Okay. Oh, it's even more than that. I see some pinks and blues in there now too. Interesting. Get our swatch. Layer number 1. Boop. It's looking like it's got a transparent base, just like a clear acrylic, and then these glitters are in it. And it looks like some of these glitter dots are just white. We're gonna have to inspect further when it's finished, but that's my suspicion so far. Let's let this layer dry. Okay, first dusting. There's some sparkles. Second layer of base. Want to get a good amount and dip. Now we keep our sides in. Let's let that dry. Okay, let's dust this layer and then we'll activate. Ooh, looking good. Let's give that a moment to dry. All right, let's get our top coat on there. See what we really have. There we go. That's real beautiful. There's the sparkles. It's not too overwhelming, but it is sparkly enough that I think it's still special. And I like that it's not just a full-on hollow, it's just some of the shades. So that's pretty cute. Let's check out the very last one. Day 25. Siren Cove. A blue and a purple with some stuff in it. Let's check it out. Oh wow, that is real sparkly. Let's get a good amount of this on here. I really want to be able to have a look at that. In you go. So, it looks like we have different sizes of these little round glitters. Ooh, and they're the mirror-like ones. I love those. And they do have a multi-chrome shimmer. Ooh, let's let this layer dry and we'll get a second dip. Dusty, dust, 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 dust. Okay, let's get our second layer. In you go. Keep your sides in. Let's let that dry. All right, that's dry a little bit. Let's give it a dusting and activate. Ooh, it's so magical. The blue to purple with a little bit of like aqua and kind of greeniness. This definitely reminds me of dragons and magic. Let's let that dry. Okay, and lastly, let's top coat this thing in. That is stunning. Look how beautiful that is. It looks so good. You can see the layers and the depths, and with the different size glitters, it really adds dimension. I like this. This is one of my favorites. I'm glad they put this one on day 25. It is a really good one to end off on. This is beautiful. Let's recap.
Okay, we did it. We got through all 25 days of the Dipnotic Dip Powder 2023 Holiday Advent Calendar. Let's have a quick look back at them. So here were the first 5 days. It's a pink and purple themed week. Very, very beautiful. They were organized so that they could be used together in like little mini collections. Love these. Week 2 was green and blue, which are some of my favorite colors. Sorry, my camera died and it scared the Christmas crap out of me because it made a loud beep. But anyway, so yeah, we only got one that was in this kind of big round glitter style, but I really like this one. It's quite unique. We got a lot of these types, these little hollowy looking ones, and then a lot of these bigger glitter ones, but I love them as well. Very happy with this week's collection. Week 3 was like berries and peaches, a very fruity week. From this dark maroony wine color to this peachy, sandy, shimmery color. I really like these too. I really like these because these fall in that nude family, and so you can get a lot more use out of something like this. And then here's week 4, and actually this is going to be my favorite week. I am such a sucker for monochromes, like black and white, and then the grayscales are my type of party, but I can let a nice gold in there as well because it's in that same elegance vein. And then this is that creamy off-whitey one that looked silver before, but it has lightened back up a little bit to almost a light champagne. Very, very beautiful. Still a huge fan of this one and this one, and of course I'm a huge fan of all these. They're so pretty. Look how cool they look. And then here's week 5, the very last week. These are more purples and blues again, but this one's a little bit more green, and then this one's a little bit more silver and multicolor, and then this one is a little bit of everything. Like, it's purple, but is it? It's also some other stuff. I should have showed you all of them in my hand as well, because it really just does change the way it looks with what it's up against. But I am very pleased with all of these dips. This has been a great calendar and a great collection. 25 colors in total. And if I recall correctly, I got the second size up. The smaller one was like the sample size. I think the jars probably were about half the size. And I think this one was $140. And so doing the math, it's just over $5 per pot. And you're gonna get a lot of uses out of each pot because dip powder just doesn't use up a lot of powder. I do more spilling it than anything. If you know how to do dips without making a mess, leave your tips in the comments because I cannot. That's why I put down paper towel, because I'm just gonna get dip powder everywhere. The pots are full up to the brim, so if you put your finger in it, it's gonna overflow. If you pour it over, it's gonna sprinkle out because it's gonna bounce off the sides, and I am just not great. And then when you're doing the tapping and then the dusting, I get it everywhere. And yet, you still don't go through it very quickly. It lasts forever. If you want to try dip or you want to do dip, I definitely recommend getting this calendar, or even just going to the Dipnotic's site and picking out a selection that you like. They have a lot of great collections already there that are not mysterious, and then you can pick out individuals if you prefer it that way as well. Really good stuff. I am pleased with all of these. There are none that I disliked. And I'm a nail polish person, but I have really become a huge fan of dip. I have such a massive collection, and I am so happy to have these. So I'll wrap it up. Links will be in the description, along with any discount codes, affiliate links, anything like that. If you want to check that out, see what kind of savings you can get. And then of course my socials are down there as well. Make sure that you are following me on those. Sometimes things happen over there that don't happen here. And I hope you've enjoyed these last 2 months. It has been packed. So much stuff. I'm hoping to have a little bit of a more relaxed time here come January. Maybe we can do some more experimenting. I've got some things that I would like to try out. Please make sure you are subscribed and here for my content. I really do appreciate when you watch my videos all the way through. Help me get that watch time up and being subscribed. And then of course your likes, your comments, your interaction, it helps the algorithm, it helps my channel grow, it helps me, and I really enjoy making these videos for you. And so I hope that you are enjoy watching them. But that's it. I'll let you get up out of here and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.